Happy New Year's Eve. Greg Pruitt here with Idaho Dispatch. I am excited for 2025. I'm excited for the new year. I'm excited for what the Idaho Dispatch can accomplish in 2025 as we look to expand our coverage, not only of what is happening in the realm of politics in the state of Idaho, but also in exposing government corruption and holding government accountable, which is what the media was supposed to do. Too many mainstream media outlets in Idaho have gotten to the point where they're not holding government accountable. They're putting out what the government says is the truth and just accepting it as truth. Now, we're not saying that everybody in government's lying. We're not saying that all government officials are corrupt, anything like that. But the media should be a voice for the people. The media should be the watchdog, if you will, over government on behalf of the people. And so our goal with Idaho Dispatch is just to put out the truth. Whatever the truth is, that's what we need to put out. That's what we're supposed to put out. And so if a citizen comes to us with a tip about alleged government corruption, we're going to cover the story. If the government has a explanation for it and it all makes sense, then we're going to let you guys decide whether you want to believe whatever the tip is that came in alleging government corruption, or whether you believe the government side of the story. Whatever the truth is what you should follow, whether that supports whatever the government says was the truth or whatever the individual making the allegation is the truth. At the end of the day, government will become more corrupt if the media doesn't hold them accountable, if citizens don't speak up, if citizens don't stand up and say, hey, I saw this thing, I don't think this is right. Can you report on that? And too many of our mainstream media outlets have denied doing that type of reporting. I don't know if they're afraid of harassment by someone in government if they report on it, or if they're friends with the people that are in government so they won't report on it. Whatever it is, most of the mainstream media outlets don't want to do anything. And we know this because tip after tip after tip that I receive says, I tried to go to the mainstream media, they didn't want to cover it. Or I sent this out to, a dozen mainstream media outlets, nobody even got back to me. And my goal is to take tips that at least have some validity to them, or there's some sort of evidence to corroborate the claim of the individual making the allegation, to put out that information and say, you decide as citizenry, is there something wrong here or is there not? Ultimately, it's up to you guys to decide, but somebody has to let the public know what is happening. We've done that time and time and time again at the Idaho Dispatch. And I'm asking you to continue to support our efforts as we do that even more in 2025. It's a lot of work. It's a risky job. There's a lot of investigative reporting that goes into doing a lot of these stories. And so I really hope that you guys understand and appreciate the type of work that we are trying to put out with the Idaho Dispatch. If you do support what we're trying to do, then, and you want to stick it to the mainstream media, fantastic. Go to idahodispatch.com/support. We'll put the link in the description, and you guys can help be a part of the change that we need here in Idaho in our news coverage and our coverage of allegations of wrongdoing, whatever it is. We know that it can be a lot better than what the mainstream media has been giving us so far. So please subscribe today. I really appreciate all of our current subscribers. I appreciate every one of our readers who maybe you can't or are unable to subscribe right now, but you're still reading and sharing the content. That's all very, very helpful. Thank you. May you have a great new year. Take care and God bless.